The next best American football player could be chosen tonight. The National Football League is holding its annual draft for new talent. CCTV's Roza Kazan joins us now live from where the draft is taking place in Chicago. Roza, break it all down for us. What the NFL is for those who might not be so familiar.
Well, Jessica, the National Football League draft is essentially a meeting to select players, a player selection meeting, and it's a chance for 32 NFL teams to select players, eligible college football players, to join their teams. It's a 3-day event, and basically it's all about the hope and the future, because it is a chance for some of the teams, weaker teams, to turn their fortunes around by adding college players that are considered to be the best, the top in the world in this sport. And it's, like I said, it's held over 3 days. It's 7 rounds, and the teams go in reverse order of their success. So, for example, the team with the worst record goes first, and therefore has a bigger chance to choose the best players. This year, that's Los Angeles Rams. And the team with the best record, of course, the Super Bowl champions, goes last, and that's the Denver Broncos this year. Teams can also trade their picks and move up in order, but this is essentially how it works. And from an obscure event several decades ago, it's become this huge, live, televised extravaganza, with months of anticipation, expert analysis, and really it is a big event here in Chicago.
That's right. A lot of people watching as we speak. What does the NFL get out of this financially, though?
Well, the NFL doesn't release exact figures, but of course that's a huge event, as I said. It's a chance for the fans also to see who might become the next big stars of the NFL. Tickets here to the event in Chicago go as high as $5,000, if you can imagine that. For example, in 2014, ESPN and then NFL, the sports networks here in the United States, drew an average on a combined viewership of 12 million viewers. So that's a pretty large audience, of course, and it commands big advertising revenues, attracting thereby big sponsors like McDonald's, Visa, Bud Light this year. And just to give you another number, the official sponsorship on the league, the spending totaled last year $1.2 billion. So some really big numbers here.
Roza, what about the host city? You're in Chicago. I assume this event is a real boon for their economy?
Well, yes and no. The draft was actually held in New York City for many years. It was moved to Chicago last year because the event needed more space. And now this so-called draft city that Chicago has set up in one of its public parks in the center of the city covers an area, something like 20 football teams, according to officials. So it is a huge area, and the city officials here say that last year some 200,000 people attended it, and they claim that the event generated a direct economic impact of $44 million, and they expect something similar this year as well. But some economists point out that this figure might be inflated because half of the attendees are Chicago residents, and they would have spent this kind of money on the activities around the city anyway. But it does bring a lot of money in hotel, revenue, hotel, dining, sales taxes, and temporary jobs, of course, as well. But it also creates concerns like police numbers involved, for security reasons, traffic jams. But for now, Chicago is basking in the spotlight as the draft city. We don't know for how long, because many other cities have expressed an interest in hosting the event.
Roza Kazan, thanks for your time tonight. They're live for us in Chicago, one of the biggest sporting seasons kicking off just now here in the spring.